This is what actually happens to your brain in a must-win game. Two teams just came back from 3-1 deficits in the same week, the Pistons and the 76ers. And every headline you've read about it has used the same words: heart, desire, grit, want to. The science has a more specific explanation, and it's a lot more interesting than any of those words. When a team goes down 3-1, something very specific happens inside the brain. The hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, the HPA axis, activates, cortisol floods the system, and the brain shifts out of performance mode and into threat detection mode. Attention narrows, decision-making slows, and the motor patterns that felt completely automatic during the regular season suddenly start requiring conscious effort to execute. The body isn't being weak when this happens. It's doing exactly what it evolved to do. The problem is that evolution didn't account for playoff basketball. Most teams that collapse at 3-1 do so for one specific reason, and it's not talent. It's that they abandon their system at the exact moment they need it most. Stars start trying to do too much. Role players disappear into the background, and coaches begin overthinking rotations that worked perfectly well 3 games ago. Sports psychologists call this paralysis by analysis, a state where conscious overthinking disrupts the automatic motor patterns that athletes have spent years building into their bodies. The more a player thinks about how to shoot, the worse they shoot, because pressure doesn't break technique. It breaks trust in technique. The teams that actually come back from 3-1 do something that looks simple from the outside but is genuinely difficult under that kind of physiological pressure. They simplify everything. Research on elite performance under threat consistently shows that athletes who return to high automaticity behaviors, running the plays they know, leaning into established roles, trusting what got them there, maintain their motor function even under elevated cortisol levels. Cade Cunningham in Game 7. 32 points and 12 assists, not by improvising, but by executing the same reads he's been making all season. Embiid and Maxey in Boston, posting up, attacking downhill, nothing new, nothing forced, everything trusted. The science calls this chunking. Compressing complex multi-step sequences into single executable units so the brain stops processing each individual movement and just runs the program. Heart is real, and desire is real. But what you're actually watching when a team comes back from 3-1 down is a nervous system that refused to switch out of performance mode when every biological signal was telling it to. That's not magic, and it's not just a story about toughness. It's the result of culture, repetition, and a coaching staff that built enough trust to keep their players in the right state of mind when it mattered most. If this is the kind of science you want more of, subscribe. We're here every week.